Hello everyone. So I am out here running on the Appalachian Trail and figured, because I hate doing my shoe reviews sitting at a table or sitting period. I hate doing anything really, just sitting, but I thought what a better place to give you my review of the Brooks Catamount shoes. And I'm even going to get a little technical with you, more than I normally do. And this is a big hill, so we're going to walk a little bit. Like, what the hell is that? So, the shoes, first impression, first run, I really liked them. Now that I got a little over 30 miles in them, I really like them. So let's talk about them a little bit. The upper, I was a little worried when I pulled them out of the box that the upper, I wasn't going to get a good cinch on the lockdown. There's not really a way to tie a runner's knot on it, which I didn't like. But after running in them, the runner's knot, which I would like to cinch it down a little bit around the ankle, a little tighter, but that is definitely not an issue with me. The lockdown is good. It did take me a couple runs to get it nailed in, but I don't have any issues running on rocky terrain, buff trails, going fast, going around corners. I haven't had any issues with my lockdown. I have a really narrow foot, so I have issues a lot of times with being able to cinch it down tight enough around my midfoot, and no issues with it. So if you have a wide foot, definitely get a wider shoe. In order to, because otherwise you probably will have issues. The tongue, just because I'm not a technical person, I'm pretty sure would be considered a fully gusseted tongue. When I first put them on, it is a little weird for me to get the tongue laid down just right, but again, no issues. I figured it out now, so no issues for me. The midsole foam, I love it. It is based off of the foam that the Hyperion Tempo uses, and I love that shoe. I love the feel of it. Has just enough cushion for me to where I still feel ground contact, but I'm not running on a cloud. That being said, I have heard people complain about on the Hyperion Tempo, they thought that the midsole foam was a little firm. Well, I don't have to I loved it, by the way. I thought it was soft, but compared to what I usually run in. But these shoes do feel, to me, feel firmer than the Hyperion Tempos. But I think a lot of that is because the outsole and the rock plate. Harmony Hollow Trailhead parking, 0.7 miles. Huh. I wonder if we're in the national park already. So the midsole, I really love in it. You can definitely feel the, like it reacts pretty good. The outsole, when I saw the tread pattern on the outsole, I was a little worried. I thought, Brooks, what are you doing? This looks like a shoe that you would run, you could run streets on, and you could run on, so the outsole, like I said, I was worried that it wasn't going to have very good grip, especially on loose, kind of rocky trails. So far, I have found it grips phenomenally. I haven't yet, what's that direction? I don't know where that goes. I've yet to run on some really, really muddy trails, but I have not had any issues yet for traction when we were up on the Continental Divide Trail. That was really a really dry trail, but there's a lot of rocks, slick rocks, and the shoes gripped remarkably well. Had no issues with any slipping. The steep hills that were really kind of loose rock and dirt going downhill, I had no issues. I do wish the lug depth was maybe 1 millimeter more, but for most of the trails I run, it's perfect. And I think it will be so far will be my shoe of choice for at least a portion of the Lake Sonoma 50. Okay, the stack height of the shoe. When I first saw what the stack height was, and I'll put it on the screen right now because I don't remember. It was right around 30. I want to say 30 something on the heel. I was a little worried that I would feel unstable. I actually feel really stable in the shoe. I have no issues there. It has a 6 millimeter drop, which is perfect for me for a racing shoe. And the shoes are very responsive. No issues. I feel fast in them. The rock plate in the outsole, I haven't had any issues feeling like the sharp points of rocks, and especially on the Appalachian Trail, there's a lot of that, and I've had no issues with it. The weight of the shoe, I will put the weight on the screen right now in my size, which is 10.5. there is a little bit of overlay just to help with help protect against tearing and water and everything, but it does have some notches cut in the overlay to help drain. I've had no issues with my feet getting too warm or too cold, and I've ran in so far in these shoes. The coldest it's been is 37 degrees when I was in Montana, and the warmest it's been running was also in Montana. Hello. About 70 degrees so far as the warmest. So my overall feelings on the shoe. I do not have a single dislike about this shoe. So I've heard people complain about how they're white. They would love to have a different color. But the idea behind it from Brooks is that you could, it's a homage to Western States race. You could write things on your shoes, paint them how you wanted, all that kind of stuff. Me, I could care less about that. I could care less about the color. So they're white. Whoop-de-doo. The other things I've heard people complain about is the price point on them. And I don't even remember what I paid for them. I want to say $159 maybe. And they're like, oh, you know, compared to this shoe and this shoe, which is, you know, $140 or, you know, $150, whatever those were. You know what? For what you get on this shoe, I would gladly pay $160 again. Compared to some of the other shoes that I run in more as a road runner, it's spot on for the price. If you look at what you're getting out of the shoe compared to what the road running shoes are, it's spot on. Durability of the shoe, I believe I will easily get 300 miles out of it. So far I've had zero issues with it. The outsole doesn't have a lot of wear, given that it's so tacky. You would think the softer rubber it would start wearing out a lot quicker, but that hasn't been the case so far. So my prediction is about 300 miles probably on the shoe. And you got to remember, it is a racing shoe. This isn't a daily trainer, it's a racer. Another thing that I've heard people say about it, given that it is a racer, is they would not run long distance in it. Well, the shoe was designed for the Western States. It was based off of their elite competition shoe for Western States. So you would think you would be able to run 100 miles in it. So far, I believe I could easily run the Lake Sonoma 50 in the shoe and not have any issues. I think the people that complain about it for long distance are used to running in, you know, these shoes like Hoka or Ultra, which are extremely soft and cushioning while they're out there running. Well, it's a racer. If you want to go fast, you don't want soft and cushioning, and your legs don't get beat up. It's just like a marathon shoe. When I run, my marathon racers are not the most soft, cushiony shoes out there, because you want to have that responsiveness and you want to be able to you know, have that drive. But so my overall feeling about this shoe is it is my absolute favorite trail shoe so far that I've ever ran in. So if you guys enjoyed this review, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to continue making them. I will have my socials down in the description below. Go ahead and feel free to follow me if you want, where I do post a lot more on my runs that I don't do videos on. And I will see you guys next time.